He steps onto the pitch as the humid Seoul evening settles around him, every blade of grass glowing under stadium lights. The roar of the crowd swells as Ferran Torres jogs in after the break, his lungs filling with the scent of fresh turf and distant barbecues. In moments that familiar spark ignites, two swift strikes that echo like thunderclaps against the net, proof that last season's sharpness still lingers like morning dew on his boots. With each goal, he threads another nail into his claim for the central spearhead role at Barcelona. But what comes next? Whispers have drifted across football circles that Saudi Arabian clubs are circling like vultures around a fresh carcass, promising Ferran a 3-year golden ticket worth €20 million each season. Imaginations picture him framed by opulent stadiums and desert sunsets, the weight of wealth pressing on every decision. Yet money, they say, can't guarantee a fire in your belly. Is a fat paycheck enough to eclipse the blue and garnet dreams he's woven since boyhood? The answer lies beyond the glittering offers. Inside local reports, namely Sport, there's a clear message: Torres isn't packing his bag. He hasn't even entertained formal proposals from the oil-rich suitors to the east, and whispers in his inner circle insist he wouldn't give those letters a serious glance. His mind is fixed not on bank statements but on sculpting his game, sharpening his instincts, and rising above shadows of doubt. Every training drill, every sprint up Camp Nou's hallowed turf reminds him that loyalty can burn brighter than gold coins. But how far will that loyalty take him when Robert Lewandowski stands between him and the starting lineup? That very challenge fuels his ambition, standing toe-to-toe with one of the world's most prolific finishers, vying for the coveted centre-forward tag. Last season, he left defenders grasping at thin air as he chalked up 19 goals and 7 assists, a personal best that tasted like triumph. Still, the final chapters carried a bittersweet sting. An unexpected appendicitis operation silenced his bootlaces for La Liga's closing acts, leaving him to watch title fights from the sidelines. He returned home with medals and memories, but also a restless ache to finish what he started. What if this season he picks up the story where he left off? Summer became a crucible for his recovery. Ice baths crackled around aching muscles, resistance bands snapped under determined pull, and the early dawn air better to resolve as he ran drills alone. Each bead of sweat was a promise to outwork every teammate, to prove that setbacks are mere commas in an otherwise roaring sentence of success. By the time pre-season rolled around, Torres stood taller, his legs humming with strength regained. Yet on the other end of the pitch, Marcus Rashford's silhouette cast a long shadow, a reminder that minutes aren't handed out like trivia cards. They're earned in battles only the pitch can judge. Who will emerge victorious in this new duel? Behind the scenes, the architect of Barcelona's revival, coach Hansi Flick, watches Torres with a mixture of admiration and expectation. Flick's nod of approval is a silent contract. Show me the hunger and you'll see the starting 11. Still, football's body count is unpredictable. Torres missed the final training session before the Liga FC friendly, sidelined by a muscle overload that throbbed like a warning siren. Was it a sign of lingering fragility or the final tremor before a triumphant roar? Either way, he's slated to pad out his boots and lace them for Monday's match, ready to answer questions only the whistle can raise. So here stands Ferran Torres, caught between whispers of wealth and the steadfast call of home. His heart pulses to the rhythm of Camp Nou's grandstands even from halfway across the globe. Does he chase the shimmer of Saudi gold, or does he chase a dream painted in Blaugrana, red and blue? With his contract stretching to June 30th, 2027, the canvas is blank, ready for another chapter of goals, grit and glory, and when those stadium lights flick on again, the world will lean forward, waiting to see who Ferran Torres chooses to be. What will tomorrow's whistle reveal?